Hello, everybody, and welcome to the channel. We got some 1961 New York Yankees baseball for you. We got the Los Angeles Angels traveling to the East Coast to take on the Yankees in New York. And this is game two of a four-game series, and the Angels have really changed the lineup. For in the first game, they benched five righties and put in five lefties in the lineup. So let's take a look at the starting lineup for the Los Angeles Angels. Leading off playing center field is Pearson. Batting second, playing second is Moran. Batting third, playing right field is Lee Thomas. Batting fourth, playing left field is Wagner. Batting fifth, playing first base is Ted Kozlowski. Batting sixth, playing third base is George Thomas. Batting seventh, playing shortstop is Kopp. Batting eighth, doing the catching is Rice. And on the mound, batting ninth for the Los Angeles Angels is Eli Garber. Let's take a look at the hometown New York Yankees starting lineup, folks. And we got leading off playing second base Bobby Richardson. Back in the starting lineup, batting second, playing shortstop Tony Kubek. Batting third, playing right field is Roger Maris. Batting fourth, playing center field is Mickey Mantle. Batting fifth, playing first base is Bill Skowron. Batting sixth, playing left field, Yogi Berra. Batting seventh, doing the catching is Elston Howard. Batting eighth, playing third base is Clint Boyer. And batting ninth on the mound for the New York Yankees is Bill Stafford. Let's get down to Yankee Stadium, folks, and get this game underway. Oh crap! I didn't put in the game and all in here. Give me 1 second, folks. The stats in here. Bring up the game while we're doing that. Sorry about that, folks. Thought I did this before the game. Forgot. Alrighty, folks, now we're set to go. Here's the first pitch to Pearson. Pearson hitting 326. He's been smoking hot. And that's going to be a base hit in the center field. So he's still hot, folks, with a lead-off single to start this game against Bill. Hold on a second, just made another mistake. This morning is not going as well as I'd like here, folks. All of a sudden, screwing up here. Sorry about this. Alrighty, get this started here. Messing things up here. So we got a single in the center by Pearson. And now we got Monroe up. Billy, he's batting 237 on the year. Yankees looking to turn two. And that's not going to happen because that's going to be a ground ball down the third. But Boyer has to charge hard for that one. His only play is going to be the first. So Pearson's going to end up down at second. One out now for Lee Thomas. Lee's hitting 273 on the year. And that's going to be a single in the center field right over second base. And Pearson's going to score, folks. And just like that, the Angels take a 1-0 lead. One out now for Wagner. And Leo's batting 280 on the year. And that's going to be a ground ball down the third. Can they turn two here, folks? Boyer's up with it. He fires over to Bobby. He fires over to Scowen, and that's a 4-3, 5-4-3 around the horn double play. So the Angels only score one. We go to the bottom of the first. Angels 1, Yankees due up here with Richardson, Quebec, and Maris against Eli. And Bobby's hitting 254. He's been smoking hot. Let's see if he can keep it up. And they don't want no parts of Bobby. They walk him, so he's aboard here, folks. That's the way to set the tables for the M&M boys coming up. Brings up Quebec now. Quebec hasn't played in a few games starting-wise. He's hitting 284 on the year. And that's going to be a ground ball down the short, I believe. Yes, it is. And are they going to be able to turn two? No. Bobby gets down the baseline pretty good. The only play Cop has is over to first. So now Bobby's in scoring position for the M&M boys. About to tie this game up. Here's Roger batting 259 with his 45 home runs and 91 RBIs. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. Strike three. So Roger can't get it done. Can the Mick deliver here in the first, folks, and tie this game up? Batting 289 with 33 home runs. And that's going to do it, folks. I believe that's going to be an infield hit. So Bobby's going to stop at third. We're going to have first and third. It's going to be up to Moose, who has been the man. Like I say, I think he might even be the MVP of the Yankees, folks. Hitting 295, 33 home runs, 106 RBIs. As you can see, he has driven in a lot of runs, a lot of key base hits. And that's not going to do her, though. Yankees are going to strand two runners as that ball's hit down to George Thomas. He's up with it, fires over to first, and the Yankees leave Richardson and Mantle on board, folks, and it's still a 1-0 game. So we go to the top of the second. Kozlowski, George Thomas, and Cop due up here for the Angels. And Ted's hitting 275 on the year. And that's going to be a ground ball down the third. Boyer's got it over the Moose. That'll be out number one. And that brings up George Thomas. George hitting 295 on the year. And that's going to be a swing and a miss, strike three. That is Bill's first strikeout of the game. 2 down now for Joe Kopp. Joe's hitting 285 on the year, folks. And that's going to be a swing and a miss, back-to-back strikeouts. Old Bill's firing it in there now. So 1, 2, 3 inning for the Angels. We go to the bottom of the second. Berra, Howard, and Boyer due up here for the Yanks. And Yogi's hitting 313 on the year, folks. And that's going to be a ground ball down the Kopp at short. He makes the play easy, fires over to Ted at first, and that'll be out number one. Here's Elston Howard hitting a cool 316 on the year. And that's going to be also hit down the short. You might want to try somebody else, folks. It's 2 quick ground balls, 2 quick outs. Brings up Boyer now. Boyer back in the 8th spot. He's been batting second with Quebec out of the lineup, hitting 241 on the year. And that's a ground ball down to Billy at second. And that's going to be a 1, 2, 3 inning for the Yanks. We go to the top of the third. The Angels still with that 1-0 lead, folks. We got Rice followed by Garber. Back to the top of the order in Pearson. Rice is hitting 263 on the year. And that's going to be a base on balls. Again, a leadoff walk. That's what happened in the first, and that walk scored, folks. Eli's up now, hitting 293 on the year. Sure. Should we let him hit or bunt? I think we're going to bunt with Pearson. As hot as he's been, get a runner in scoring position for him. So Eli's going to lay down a bunt here, folks, and it's a successful bunt. That ball is hit back to the mound. Bill's up with it. He's going to fire over to Bobby Richardson covering first, and that'll be out number one. but Rice does get in the scoring position for Pearson. Like to say, Pearson's really hitting the ball well. So now 1 out with Rice down there. Here's the pitch to Al. And that's going to be popped up in the foul territory down the third base line. And Boyer's going to make the play out near the bullpens, and that'll be out number 2. Rice holds at second. Billy Moran up now. Billy's grounded out the third his first time up. And that's going to be a fly ball in the right field. And that'll end the inning, folks. Rice gets stranded at second. It's still a 1-0 game. We got the Stafford, the pitcher, due up, and then back to the top of the order, and Richardson and Kubek. Bill's not doing bad this year either, folks. 263 on the year. And that's going to be a ground ball down to George Thomas at third, though. That'll be out number 1 here in the third. Back to the top of the order, though. Bobby walked his first time up. Let's see if he can get on base again, folks. And no, that's going to be a fly ball in the left field. That'll be out number 2 as Wagner makes the play out there. It's up to Kubek to keep this third inning alive. Get on board for the M&M boys. He grounded out the short his first time up. And that's going to be a ground ball down the third. That'll end the inning, folks. And again, the Yankees go down in order. 1, 2, 3. We go to the fourth. We got Lee Thomas, Wagner, and Kozlowski due up. Lee's 1 for 1 with an RBI single. And that's popped straight up the chute. Easy play for Howard for out number 1. And here comes Leo Wagner. What's Wags done? He's grounded into a double play his first time up. And that's going to be a fly ball in the center field. Mick on his horse chases that down, folks, and robs Wagner of a base hit. Nice play by Mick out there in center field. 2 quick outs for Ted. He grounded out the Boyer his first time up. And he's going to try his hand down at Scourin on the other corner. Scourin's up to the task. Picks the ball up. Runs over the first. Taps the bag. And that's a 1, 2, 3 inning. We go to the bottom of the fourth. The big boys are due up. Maris, Mantle, and Scourin. See if they can get aboard here. Roger struck out his first time up, folks. And he didn't strike out this time, folks. He blasts that ball in the right field. That ball is high. That ball is deep. That ball is off the top of the wall. Rogers got himself a stand-up double, folks. So you got the lead runner aboard on second for Mick. Mick got a single his first time up. Let's see if he can do it again here, folks, and drive in Roger. And yes, he can. That is going to be another infield hit. Mick is hitting those Baltimore choppers, folks. So Roger gets down the third. Mick down at first. First and third this time, nobody out. Can the Yankees score here? Moose grounded out the third his first time up. They will be playing the infield back, folks. And that's going to be that's not what the Yankees want to see. That ball is hit down the short. Cops up with it. He fires over the second. Over to Ted at first. That's going to be a 6-4-3 double play. Maris does score and tie this game up, folks, but the Yankees was looking for more than 1 run here. So now nobody on for Yog. Yog grounded out the third his first time up. And that's going to be a fly ball in the center field. Pearson's got it. The Yankees had first and third, nobody out, and only score 1, folks, but they do tie this game up 1 apiece. We go to the top of the 5th. We got Thomas, Kopp, and Rice due up here, and that's George Thomas. George struck out his first time up, and that's going to be a swing and a miss, strike 3. So that's 3 strikeouts for Bill. 2 of them's been George. Here comes Joe now. He struck out his first time up. And that's going to be a fly ball in the center field. Mick has to go back on this one. Catches up with it and takes a hit away from Joe Cobb. Nice play again by Mick. Oh, Bill, he tips the cap to Mick this time. Rice walked his first time up. And that's going to be a fly ball in the left field. Yogi had him played perfect, and that's a 1-2-3 inning. We go to the bottom of the fifth, all tied up at 1 apiece. We got Howard, Boyer, and Stafford, the bottom part of the Yankees lineup. Howard grounded out the shortest first time up. And that's a nice base hit going the other way in the right field. And with Howard's speed, he'll stop at first with a leadoff single. Now can Clint Boyer do something here, folks? He grounded out the second his first time up. And that's going to be a ground ball down the third. And Thomas charges the ball. His only play is going to be over the first to get Boyer. So Howard does get in the scoring position for Bill Stafford. Like I say, Bill's having a good year at the plate. See if he can do something here and help his own cause. He grounded out the third his first time up. And that'll be another ground ball down the third. And again, Thomas has to charge that slow roller, and Howard takes advantage of it. He's going to get down the third now with 2 outs for Bobby Richardson. So can Bobby get a key 2-out base hit here, folks? He walked his first time up and then flew out to Wagner and left. And not this time, folks. That's going to be a single in the left field. Nice job for Bobby Richardson. He's really starting to heat up. And that'll score Howard, and the Yankees take a 2-1 lead here, folks, in the bottom of the fifth. Now you got Bobby down at first for Tony. Let's see if Tony can come through as his first hit. He's grounded out the short both times up. And that is going to be a single in the center field. And Bobby's going to get down the third, folks. How about that? So now we got first and third for the big boy, Roger Maris. And it's been a while since Roger's tagged one, folks. He may be due. Can Roger hit a 3-run homer here and give the Yankees a nice lead? No, they don't want no parts of Roger. That's going to be a base on balls. They think he's due also. But here comes Mick. He's 2 for 2 with 2 singles on the day, folks. See what he can do here with the bases juiced. Can Mick blow this game open? And that's going to be a base on balls. He walks in a run, folks. And they go out to talk to Eli. He's due to lead off, so they definitely want him to make it through this inning. But the Yankees now with a 3-1 lead. And here's probably the guy you don't want to see up. He's 0 for 2, though. He grounded out the third and hit into a double play. But Ken Skowron just bust this game open. And that is going to be a ground ball down, a line drive down the short. Hit it right on the button, folks. But Cope caught that in self-defense. Sure, Skowron hit into some bad luck there. That'll end the inning. But the Yankees score 2 and take a 3-1 lead here. Now the Angels got a decision to make. Eli, let him hit, or do you pitch hit for him? The worst part is that bullpen for the Angels isn't much to talk about. Excuse me while I take a drink. And Eli's a darn good hitting pitcher. So I think they're going to let him hit, folks. So he had a sacrifice bunt his first time up. And that's going to be a swing and a miss, strike 3. So that's out number 1 here for Stafford. Back to the top of the order, we got Pearson and Moreau due up after this. Pearson's 1 for 2, popped up to third and had a single. And that's going to be a swing and a miss, and Stafford looks like Linda Ronstadt out there, folks. He's throwing nothing but blue bayous. And here's Billy. Billy grounded out the third and flew out the right. And that's going to be hit down to Bobby Richardson at second. Bobby's up with it. Easy play. 1, 2, 3 goes the Angels. We go to the bottom of the sixth. Berra, Howard, and Boyer. Elston's 0 for 2 today. I'm sorry, Yogi's 0 for 2 today. Not now, though, folks. That's going to be a single in the left field, and that will get the bullpen up. Klein will get up, I believe. I don't think he's pitched lately. And that'll bring up Howard now with Yogi down at first and nobody out. Howard's 1 for 2. He singled his last time up and grounded out short his first time. And he gets a hold of this one, folks. Blast that ball in the left field. That's Death Valley out there. That ball is rolling and rolling and rolling. And he's rounding second. And he's a brown-eyed, handsome man. And he's in there at third with a triple. Beatles will be a triple. Howard with an RBI also. And now it's a 4-1 ball game. Runner down at third and nobody out. Angels will have to bring the bullpen. They might be going to the bullpen is what I'm thinking. They're going to bring the infield in with Boyer up. Let's see here. And I think they are going to go to Klein. They're going to bring Klein in the game, folks, if he's not tired. I have to look if he's tired, they'll let Eli go, and we'll decide what we're going to do after that. And Klein looks like he's not tired. When was the last time he pitched? 3 days ago. So Klein is going to come in the game and pitch to Boyer. As Garber can't get out of the 6th inning here. Again, nobody out. Howard down at third. 1 run already in. Let's see what old Klein can do against Boyer. Klein, a 4.86 ERA, 2-8 on the year, and no saves, folks. He struck out 54 and he's walked 44. Here's the pitch to Boyer. Infield's in, and that's going to be a big strikeout. That is out number 1. Klein gets him, and now that brings up Stafford. Again, they'll keep the infield in, and Bill's doing a one run, 2-hit game, so he's staying in the game here, folks. He's 0 for 2. He's grounded out the third both times up, and that's another strikeout. Klein comes in, back-to-back strikeouts. Now there's 2 outs with Howard down at third. Bobby Richardson, who's swinging a hot bat, 1 for 2 with a walk, an RBI, and scored. And that's not going to get her done. That's going to be a ground ball down the third. George has got it, no problem. And Klein comes in and does a great job, folks. Shuts the Yankees down, keeps that runner at third. But they do score 1 on the triple by Howard and take a 4-1 lead. So we make our way to the 7th inning. We got Lee Thomas, Wagner, and Kozlowski due up. See what Lee can do here. He's 1 for 2 with an RBI. And that's going to be a base hit in the right field. He drives that ball down there. Roger goes over. He's going to cut it off and hold Lee to a single. And that brings up Wagner. Wagner's 0 for 2, grounded out into a double play and flew out the center. And he's not flying out this time, folks. He's tagging this ball. And that ball is driven into the gap in right field. And that is going to score Lee from first. And all of a sudden now it's a 4-2 ball game. And nobody out, and Wagner down at second. Here comes Ted. He is 0 for 2, grounded out the third and the first. And that's going to be a base on balls. And we didn't score to lead the last time. So let's do that. Sorry about that, folks. So a double in the left. Say a double in the right. And a run scores. And then Ted's going to walk. And now we got first and second and still nobody out. No, Yanks desperately need a double play here. That brings up George Thomas now. And the Yankee bullpen's up now, folks. And it's going to be Texton Howe's going to be up in the bullpen. So here's the pitch to George. He's 0 for 2, struck out. Be nice to get the hat trick here. And that's what they get, another swing and a miss. George goes down on strikes for the third time with the hat trick. Now 1 out, a big strikeout. Can they get Kopp to ground into a double play? He struck out and flew out the mic. And that's another swing and a miss. Strike 3, back-to-back strikeouts. And those blue bayous are going by. Sure, 2 big outs here. Brings up Rice. He's 0 for 1 with a walk. And that'll end the inning, folks. That's a fly ball out the mic. He's got that one. So the Yankees get out of the mess with only 1 run scoring. We go to the 7th inning stretch. We got the 2, 3, 4 hitters up, Kubek, Maris, and Mantle. Let's see what happens here in the 7th. Can they give the Yanks a little more breathing room? Kubek 1 for 3. He singled his last time out and grounded out to short the other 2 times. And that's going to be a ground ball back to the mound. Klein comes up with it. Underhand throws it over the first, and that'll be out number 1. Here's Roger. Like I say, Roger's due to launch one, folks. He almost had one in the 4th inning. That ball was off the wall. See if he can jack one this time. And that ball is high. That ball is going. That ball is out of here down the 296 mark, folks. Rogers' 46th home run of the year gives the Yankees a 3-run lead, 5-2. I knew he was due, folks. He blasted that last one. And here's the Mick. He's 2 for 2 with a RBI and a walk. See if he can keep it up here, folks. And they don't want no parts of the Mick after seeing what Roger did. So Mick's going to trot on down to first. Mick with his, I think, his 91st walk of the year, folks. Let's take a look here at the Mick. I think it was a 94th walk. 91st walk of the year. Yeah, Mick's has walked 91 times on the year, folks. Struck out 77. Like I say, they don't like pitching to the Mick. That's for sure. And here comes Moose, who has gotten them a lot of times here in these same situations. Mick gets walked and the Moose comes through. He's 0 for 3 today. He's grounded out the third, hit into a double play, and a smoking line drive down the short. That Cope robbed him of a base hit in self-defense. So can the Moose come through here with 1 out and Mick down at first? And that's going to be a fly ball in the right field. Thomas is back there, makes the catch for out number 2. That brings up everybody's favorite Yogi Berra. And he is 1 for 3 today, scored. See if he can come through here and drive Mick in. No, that's going to be a ground ball down the third. George, I don't think he's going to go the short way. No, he's going to fire across the diamond to get Yogi. And that'll end the inning, folks. But the Yankees score 1 on the Maris home run. And we go to the 8th inning. Yankees leading by 3. We'll have a pitch hitter here for Klein, then to the top of the order. Let's see who's going to come out here and pitch hit. All the lefties are in the game, folks. So I think they're going to go with Earl here. Earl's going to come out here and pitch it because, like I say, they got every lefty in the lineup already against Bill. Nothing but righties on the bench. So Earl's going to come out here and pitch hit for Klein. And Earl's hitting 223 on the year. Here's the pitch from Bill. And that's going to be a ball 1-0 count on Earl. And that's going to be a ground ball down the short. No problem for Tony down there. He fields it cleanly, fires over to Skowing. We're back to the top of the order here, and Pearson is having a good game as always here. He's 1 for 3 scored, but he did strike out his last time up against Bill. And that's going to be a swing and a miss again. And that is Bill's 8th strikeout, folks. He's throwing the high heat today, and they can't keep up with it. Give him credit here. Here's Billy. He's grounded out the second, third, and flew out the right 3 times up. And that's going to be a ground ball down the Boyer. He's up with it, and that'll be 2 quick outs here in the 8th. And Lee Thomas is up now. Excuse me, he's 2 for, I'm sorry, that was the 3rd out. Wasn't paying attention. Sorry about that, folks. We're down in the 8th inning now with Howard, Boyer, and Stafford due up here. And Elston's 2 for 3 with that RBI triple and a single. Let's see what he can do here, folks. Hitting 320 on the year now. And that's going to be a swing and a miss as soon as we get a pitcher in there for the Angels. Sorry about that. Need a pitcher. Who's going to come in with bring in a righty? Got Howard, Boyer, and Stafford due up. And I think Art Fowler's going to come in here and pitch, folks. I think that's who they're going to bring in. See when the last time Art pitched. Yeah, that's who's going to come in here and pitch. So Art's coming in the game. And like I say, he promptly strikes out Howard. So there's 1 down here in the 8th with Boyer coming up the bat. And here's Clint. He is 0 for 3, grounded out to second, third, and struck out his last time up. And he strikes out again, and the bullpen's doing a heck of a job for the Angels, folks. Except for that home run by Maris. Here comes Bill. He's 0 for 3. He struck out his last time up and hit the ball down the third. The other 2, he's going to give second a chance here. Billy's up to the task, though. And the Yankees go down in order, and we go to the top of the 9th. Art did his job. He kept it a 3-run game. Stafford trying to go to distance, folks. He got Thomas, Wagner, and Kaluski due up here. Lee's 2 for 3 with an RBI, and he scored. And that is going to be a fly ball out the right field. Rogers got that measured. Hey, Legends, are you going to do a game here after I get done, bud? And that is out number 1. Here is Mr. Wagner, 1 for 3 with a double and an RBI. And that is going to be a ground ball down the first. Scourin's up with it. He tosses it over to Bill covering, and that is 2 quick outs. It's all up to Clue. Old Kaluski is up now, over 2. He walked his last time up against Bill. And that is going to be a ground ball down the third. Richardson's up with it, takes his time, fires over to Scourin, and that'll end the game, folks. And the Yankees win 5-2. Let's take a look at the box score here. Nice to see the M&M boys doing something. Maris with the home run, Mick with all them singles. And you got the Angels 2 runs on 4 hits and no errors. The Yankees 5 runs on 9 hits and no errors. Pearson keeps on hitting though, folks. He was 1 for 4. Lee Thomas was 2 for 4 with an RBI, and Wagner 1 for 4 with an RBI. Angels were 1 for 5 with runners in scoring position. They didn't have many opportunities, folks. Left only 3 men on base. And like I say, the M&M boys was smoking hot today. Roger 2 for 3 with a home run and an RBI. Mick 2 for 2 with 2 walks and an RBI. Like I say, Elston Howard had a nice game, 2 for 4. Bobby Richardson's keeping up his hot hitting. He was 1 for 3 with a walk. So things are going well for the Yankees here in August. 3 for 11 with runners in scoring position. Left 7 guys on. Eli only goes 5 innings, goes into the 6th and couldn't get through the 6th. He's 8-12 on the year. 8 hits, 4 runs, walked 3, struck out 1. Klein comes in, pitches 2 innings, gives up the home run to Roger. 1 hit, 1 run, walked 1, struck out 2. Fowler comes in and pitches a nice 8th inning, struck out 2. Bill Stafford with his 15th win on the year. He's 15-2, folks. Nice record. Goes the distance, 9 innings, 4 hits, 2 runs, walked 2, and struck out 8. He was firing it in there today. That's for sure. Nice job. Let's do some fast play here in the American League. We got the A's taking on the Orioles in a doubleheader here. Let's see what happens down the road on 95 in Baltimore. Waiting to see if Legends is going to do a game here this afternoon, folks. And the Orioles blanked the A's. The A's no runs on 4 hits and an error. Orioles 2 runs on 7 hits and 2 errors. See what happens here in game number 2. And the A's bounced back and split this doubleheader, folks. The A's 7 runs on 15 hits and an error. Orioles 4 runs on 8 hits and 2 errors. Now we got the Twins taking on the Red Sox up in Boston. See what happens here. Sure, the Twins put a shellacking on the Red Sox. 17 runs, 15 hits, and error. And the Red Sox 2 runs on 5 hits and 3 errors. Woo. Now we go to Chicago, and you got the Tigers playing the White Sox. Jim Bunning with his 2.09 ERA on the mound for the Tigers. Let's see what happens in this game, folks. And the Tigers put a shellacking on the White Sox. Bunning goes 8 innings, gives up 7 hits and 4 runs. The Tigers 10 runs on 14 hits and an error. The White Sox the 4 runs, 7 hits and 3 errors. And the last game in the American League is the Senators traveling out to Cleveland to take on the Indians. And the Indians win. See what the star is. The Senators 4 errors. I wonder how bad that cost them. 4 runs on 10 hits and 4 errors for the Senators. The Indians 6 runs on 8 hits and an error. Let's take a look at the box score here and see how many of those 6 runs was unearned. Only one of the runs was unearned, so they didn't cost them too bad, except for extending the innings and bringing up more batters. So, alrighty, let's look at the standings here in the leaderboard. Yankees are now 6.5 games up on the Orioles. The Tigers are 8 games back, folks. The White Sox and Twins are 12 games back, and then it really drops off. The Angels are 23 games back. The Indians 24.5. Red Sox are 27.5 games back, and then it drops again. The Senators are 34.5 games back, and the A's 37. Jimmy Pearsall is leading the league with a .332 average. Roger just extended his home runs to 46. The Moose with 106 RBIs. And take a look at the pitching here. Bunning pitches a nice game, but his ERA goes up to 2.1. He's got 18 wins on the year. Luis with his 28 saves on the year. Whitey's right behind him with 17 wins, folks. So he's keeping the pressure on him. And Whitey's got a 2.7 ERA. Take a look here at the MVP and Cy Young. You got Roger leading the American League MVP voting, and Bunning's leading Whitey in the Cy Young. You got Mix, they say Mix Hunt, hitting .333 in his last 12 games, 16 RBIs. They say Rogers hot in his last 11 games with 300 average and 9 RBIs. Looks like Legends must have left here, folks. I was just wondering if he was going to do a game here. We'll give him a few more minutes. Check out Legends Sports Universe channel, folks. He's doing a great job over there with MLB rather, the show 22 with his franchise all-stars. Let's take a look at some of the take an in-depth look here at the standings. A little more information on this one. Yankees are 43-16 at home, 31-21 on the road. With a 198 run differential, getting close to that 200 mark, folks. Sure. Next closest team in run differential was the Tigers with a 132 run differential. Tigers have been struggling lately. Only 4-6 in their last 10 games. The Yankees smoking hot, 8-2 in their last 10 games. Orioles are about 500, 6-4. Let's see. The Angels are on a 5-game losing streak in the American League. And in the National League, the Braves, they lost 3 straight to the Giants. The Giants are now tied for first place with them after sweeping them. The Reds, Giants, and Braves are all playing 500 ball in the last 10 games, folks. You got the Dodgers, they're playing good ball, 7-3, and that's who the Braves take on next, folks. Then they got, excuse me, Koufax and Drysdale in a 2-game series. So we'll see what happens there. Alrighty, folks. I guess Legends had to get going and do something. So hopefully he's got a game coming up here. I want to thank Legends for stopping by. If you're new to my channel, hit that subscribe button and hit that bell for reminders. And left you leaving Yankee Stadium. Hit that like and leave a comment. Like I say, the next game will be Lou Burdett against Sandy Koufax out in LA in the Coliseum. Until next time, folks, you all have a great day and you take care.